Hello Mechwarriors and welcome to another build of the week. Today we will take a look at the Cyclops 10-Q in a very aggressive tip of the spear assault pushing loadout. As always, I've prepared two games for you today which escalate really quick, but before we get into these I will talk about the loadout and I'll show you how I built this mech together. So here we have our Cyclops 10-Q, and as you can already see, I've got a lot of missiles in the side torsos. Let me show you the build and then I'll show you or tell you what my thoughts on this are. As you can see, I've got a lot of SRM 6s, actually 6 of them, a bit of ammo, a standard engine 350 and a lot of heat sinks. There are actually 5 of them in addition to the 10 that come in the engine. So my first attempt was, why not take a lot of SRMs into a Cyclops and then just rock the field? So my first build was like maybe that here. Took a lot of SRM 6s without Artemis, 7 actually. And then I thought, wow, that is a lot of firepower I have here. That's actually 19 damage if I fire all of them at the same time. Now the problem is that these SRM 6s, they spread the damage a lot, and I found myself in situations where I just couldn't finish the job. I was going in and I really racked a lot of damage up, but I just couldn't kill anybody, and then eventually I was taken down. So I went for the Artemis approach here, which is way better, because then the SRMs, they are not spreading that much. You can pinpoint the damage more and you can take down enemies before they actually can hurt you that bad. And that's the whole point of the build. I want to go in, I've got a lot of front armor, and then I want to deal as much damage as possible to a single point and hopefully destroy the enemy before he destroys me. Therefore I've got a bit of armor on the arms so that I can shield, and I can twist my torso to the side, and then the enemy damage is going to the arms. And again, I've got a big engine to just close the distance as fast as possible. So my heat management is at 1.5 and I really needed to just sustain the fire. Once I'm in the brawl, I won't get out that easily, so I really need to make sure that I can deal a lot of damage while I'm hot. So that's the whole idea of the build. You want to go in, you want to destroy the enemy as fast as possible and then work your way from there through the enemy lines. Let's have a quick look at the modules before we get into the game. I've got radar deprivation to just sneak upon the enemy in the early phases. I want to not pop up on the radar. I've got target info gathering to target weak spots. Once I fire one volley, I really need to know where that one landed and then fire the next one to the same target as well. And I've got the SRM 6 cooldown and the SRM 6 range module, because these are the only weapons I have, so that is very obvious. For the consumables, I went for an improved UAV or standard UAV. I have it improved through my skills here, and a cool shot 9x9. And that's the whole build. I will talk about the playstyle in a second, but be prepared for some really nice close range mayhem. And now it's time to hit the battlefield. Alright, first game, we are playing River City in Domination. And the first and most important thing that I have to tell you here, this is not an Atlas. It is a Cyclops. It is only a 90-ton mech, which can deal a lot of damage, but he can't take that much of a punch like the Atlas can. So make sure that you are not the very first one to push, or if you are, that you have some backup, like I am here. As you can see, I have a Cyclops and another Atlas who are just sitting right next to me, and we are waiting for a perfect opportunity to just go in and push. And when you're doing so, don't stop in choke points. Give your team some space to fight and give your team some space to follow up and push past you, because you can't take all the damage. At some point you just need to have another buddy go in and tank some damage for you so that you can survive. And that's very important, because you want to preserve your firepower on the battlefield. Of course you want to share your armor, but you won't deal any damage if you are dead, so try to survive a push. And as you can see, the Atlas, he shielded my left side, he is now right next to me and he's just following me to give me some protection. And that was the smartest thing he could do, and you should always keep that in mind if you're playing assaults. If you can, protect your body assaults. If you see that they are in a heavily damaged situation, then just go in and protect them with your body. Just be the meat shield for them so that they can survive and deal a lot of damage. I mean, assaults, they can take a lot of damage, but at some point they will just die, and then you are taking a lot of firepower from the battlefield. So if you can, protect your assaults. So now it's my turn again. I'm going in on the Spirit Bear. I screwed up my twist a bit, got in too early, but nevertheless I deal a lot of damage. He is backing up and my Body Atlas is coming to the front again and he is taking him down. He also got the other dude and we are going to push again. Now we have established a great momentum, and as you can see, most of the enemies, they are so damaged. I could just go in and fire my SRMs. And by the way, if you are wondering, I am firing them in clusters of 3 just because I don't want any heat penalties. And unfortunately that one has taken me down, but the game will be over in a second. You can already see the damage score of 941 and 25-16 Bear got a supply cache. That was a great game. I had really fun with him playing the Atlas. And let's have a look at the end score to see how the match went down before we get into the next one. So 941 damage, 3 killing blows, 1 kill assists only, but 8 components destroyed. And yeah, again, the damage, it was huge. So if you can pair up with another assault, the Cyclops in that loadout, it is just great. But let's dig into the next game, which will be Terra Firma. Alright, we are playing Conquest on that extremely hot but beautiful map, and as you can see, I'm pairing up with another assault, an Atlas which is driven by frigging Waffle. Let's give him some credits too, because he helped me out a ton playing this mech here. So again, I want to pair up with another assault, I want to share some armor with him, and together we can rack up a lot of damage. As you could see, we have taken down that Jäger mech like it was nothing, and that is totally the idea behind that. You go in as a team of assaults and you rack them one by one, and you get fast kills and decimate the enemy team very, very fast. And a quick side note here, I only have 7 tons of ammo and no backup weapons at all, but that was on purpose. This build is all about high alpha strike damage with the missiles. Lasers would have taken too long to actually deal the damage, and you have to stare down your enemies a lot. So if I can't finish the game with my 7 tons of ammo, then something went horribly wrong. I can, in theory, deal 1,400 damage with my 7 tons of ammo, and I think that should be enough to just finish the game. So now we are getting into a good brawl, and as you could see, I have taken the Stormcrow down without splashing the damage too much. So there you could see that Artemis is super important. It really helps just killing the enemy fast. And at that point I was really happy that the enemy Cyclops just dropped and I was in his back. He turned to the side there, which was a problem, so I could only shoot his arms, but I popped a Q shot and I kept the damage going. I really wanted to wreck his side torso just to remove some of his damage potential. Unfortunately I overheated, but as you could see, he had an ammo explosion which turned his center torso to a bright and red cherry. Freaking Waffle got me here, got my back. And now it's time to return the favor. I tried to alpha strike the Highlander there to death, but it didn't work out, unfortunately. Dealt a lot of damage, but now it's chain firing time. We are all super hot because we are fighting in the lava. And yeah, again, chain firing to his side torso just to get his weapons out of the game. That was very important. Now he only got 2 medium pulse lasers and he is pretty much naked at that point. He was taken down and there's only an Orion left. He got stripped 2. Someone else got the kill, and that escalated super hard. So the rest of the game is just chasing a squirrel and capturing the points, so I'm fast forwarding here to see the end score. This time 877 damage, 3 kills, 2 assists and 9 components destroyed. And as you can see, the Cyclops in the SRM loadout, it can really wreck the enemy. All you need is another assault with which you can pair up and just go in and push. And that's what it's all about. This is my Cyclops 10-Q, and I really hope you liked the video. And if you did, as always, press the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you want more of this, and I really hope to see you on the battlefield, everybody. Goodbye.